Hey guys, back with another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about Officer Gay France, from Detroit, Michigan. She is incarcerated and been charged with the unaliving of her 3-year-old son. I'm going to get into the videos about this story, but I wanted to come to you guys with this story because it just shows that it's a failure in the system nationwide when it comes to the kids and their well-being, especially CPS. And with Detroit being in the spotlight for a while now, I just want to bring this in connection as well with Nazia's case, because this young lady also had CPS called on her multiple times as well, and nothing was done. Nazia isn't the only case that's went to the extent of demise. What CPS is doing is outrageous, and I believe that they need a criminal investigation done on them. They need to clean house and start all over again, because this is ridiculous. So I'm just piggybacking this off of the Nazia Harris case as well, because this is a huge problem. This is a big problem as to what's going on. I just found this story so intriguing, and the first thing it reminded me of was Nazia. CPS is supposed to protect the children at all costs, and that isn't being done. So let's jump into these videos.
The body of a 3-year-old boy is found in a basement freezer.
Tonight, that child's mother has been arrested, and we're learning more about the police and how they made the discovery. And now we're finding out who that little boy was. Fox 2's Jessica Dupnack is live with the details. And Jess, it's hard to even imagine talking about the premise of this story. What happened here?
Yeah, disgusting doesn't even touch it. We're talking about 3-year-old CHAYSE, who is blind. His mother now arrested in connection to his death. Told she has a lengthy history with Children's Protective Services, CPS. That's what triggered the welfare check with Detroit police earlier to their home on Detroit's west side. Officers say that the mom's answers just weren't adding up. Something was odd. They went inside, checked the home, and that's where they found CHAYSE's body in the basement freezer. Now, Detroit police won't say exactly how long that he was in that freezer, but sources tell us it's been since at least March.
He was the sweetest one. Sweet. He was so sweet.
That's the voice of a grieving family member hours after learning 3-year-old CHAYSE, who is blind, was found dead inside of a freezer.
We loved him and we miss him, and she need to pay for what she did.
CHAYSE's mom, who goes by DIDN, is under arrest in connection to the toddler's death. We're told by family 6 children, including CHAYSE and a newborn, were living in unlivable conditions inside this home off Monte Vista on Detroit's west side.
They didn't have anything. In the winter, I saw them with summer clothes.
Neighbors say they tried to help, but the child's mom, DIDN, wouldn't let anyone in, including family, who say they haven't seen CHAYSE since last September.
First she said she gave him, was in the hospital when she gave him away. Then she said a couple had him. It was just too many stories not making sense.
Detroit police say Children's Protective Services, CPS, contacted DPD Friday morning to do a welfare check at the home. Police say DIDN's answers to their questions did not add up. When they went inside, they found CHAYSE's body in a basement freezer that was not working. Sources say he's been inside the freezer since at least March, but police have not confirmed.
The other kids that were in the home, just imagine what they must have gone through and what they must have endured.
Family tells Fox 2 they've been trying to intervene for years and get the kids out of there, calling CPS more than a dozen times.
She couldn't deal with it, and everybody asked, if you don't want to be bothered, give them to us.
Court records show DIDN was convicted of child abuse in 2018 for nephew and has a long history with CPS.
She had her kids taken away from her.
Before, yes, and got them back. Yes, and got them back.
Sounds like Mom, who goes by DIDN, was telling everybody all kinds of stories as to where Chase was, including those 5 children that were still in the home. We asked Detroit police if those kids knew that Chase was in the freezer. They said they're still processing and interviewing those children to see what they knew. Those kids, all 5 of them, including a 3-month-old baby, now with family. And we are awaiting charges against their mother. Reporting live on Detroit's West Side, Jessica Dupnack, Fox 2 News.
Taken too soon.
And that young boy's body found by police doing a welfare check at the home on Detroit's West Side. Today, his mother, Azurati France, went before a judge charged with murder, child abuse, and torture. It's a case that Wayne County prosecutor Kim Worthy says has astounded even the seriously jaded. Victor Williams is live outside of the courthouse with new information for us tonight and also reaction from that vigil. Victor?
Yes, Sandra, this was a very hard story to get through, but we are finally getting a look at the mother that's accused of doing the unthinkable to her 3-year-old son. And we know that this has not only had a ripple effect on that family, but the entire community as well.
My little cousin, he was a funny little boy. He was the youngest best friend I had.
Heartbreaking words coming from 11-year-old Zaire Anderson reacting to the death of his little cousin Chase, that's only 8 years younger.
I'm hurting, but God knows how I'm feeling. I know Chase in a better place, but it still don't make me stop crying. It hurt real bad. He's only 3. You're not supposed to do that to a kid.
Sadly, 3-year-old Chase's was found in a basement freezer Friday morning during a CPS welfare check. His mother, Azurati France, is now facing charges of felony murder, first-degree child, along with torture and concealing the death of an individual. Betty Jenkins is her grandmother.
It's just a little bit too hard to bear for the family and not only the family, but the friends, the neighbor, everyone who knew them.
Next-door neighbor Cheryl Hardy, however, wishes she could have helped, being so close.
I just wish I could have done more. I wish that I could have saved him.
A candlelight vigil and balloon release taking place right in front of the very same house where the horrible discovery was made. Pastor Mo did his best to console Chase's loved ones.
Rest in peace!
Rest in peace!
This one hurts deep within. You don't even have words to fathom the egregious act toward this child.
As of now, the investigation continues into finding out how little Chase, how long his body had been in the basement of the house while he was believed to be missing for so long.
I feel like no kid in this world should be deceased.
Inside the 3rd District Court in Detroit, 33-year-old Azurati France covered her face as she listened to her sister read a victim impact statement.
I pray that you find healing, that you actually one day regret what you did to your children, especially Chase, because he didn't deserve it.
Police of 3-year-old Chase inside a freezer in his home on Monte Vista back in June of 2022. An autopsy revealed blunt to the head was the cause of his death. His mother, Azurati France, was arrested and on July 12th of this year pleaded guilty to 2nd-degree murder. In court, the prosecutor said Chase's siblings were also witness to some unspeakable acts.
Not only did 2 of the siblings of Chase Allen witness Ms. France putting his brother in a freezer, one of the children, who was 9 years old at the time, at Ms. France's direction, went and got the laundry bag that she eventually.
The prosecutor also said Chase's mother was not alone in failing to keep him safe during his short life.
He was failed by so many during his short life. CPS. There was at least 7 rejected complaints by CPS, as well as at least 6 CPS investigations.
An argument even the defense attorney could support.
The one thing we can agree upon is this child was failed from every single adult that could have helped him.
As for France's other children, we're told they are now in foster care and will likely require a lot of therapy going forward.
Is abused.
And I just feel like if they would have followed through with what they said they were going to do, I feel my personal opinion that Chase would be today.
A story that grabbed national headlines at the time. A local mother charged with murder after police find her son's body in the freezer.
Yeah, new tonight, another family comes forward saying their child was also abused by mother, Ajurde France. It happened when he visited her home, and authorities made some huge mistakes in handling their case. So let's bring in Local 4 investigator Karen Drew, because she has the exclusive, Karen.
Yeah, Kim and Devin, this is all about accountability. Why wasn't more done? Tonight, we tracked down another victim of Ajurde France. Police and prosecutors and family confirmed this child was abused by the Detroit mother back in 2018 when he was just 2 years old and was visiting France's home. The reason why this story is so important is if authorities would have handled that case the right way, there's a chance France's son Chase would not.
He was pretty bad, like black eyes, his private area, and he was hurting.
That's how Patricia Davis remembers what her grandson looked like when she picked him up back in 2018 after he spent some time at the home of Ajurde France. She says he was soaked in urine.
So I had picked him up to put him in her mom's tub to wash him, but when I went to pick him up, he started screaming and crying like you gasping for air.
The boy was brought to the hospital. Sources telling me CPS as well as Detroit police were involved, and the case eventually ended up in court.
I remember the lawyer stating to us that she was going to lose her children and that she will begin locked up for her crimes.
We've learned France was charged with third-degree child abuse, later reduced to fourth-degree child abuse, and only served 2 years probation. Her children were returned to her.
And I just feel like if they would have followed through with what they said they were going to do, I feel my personal opinion that Chase would be dead. I blame them because they had the upper hand. Meaning protective services, because the judge is going to react off the notes.
Now, I did reach out to the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office on how could this mother only get 2 years probation. I was told in a statement France had no prior criminal history, no CPS history prior to 2018. Now, the offer made at the time also took into account the severity of the injuries to the child and that France would have no further contact with the victim. I posted the full statement from the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office on Click On. Meantime, Child Protective Services. Kim and Devin, that's the question. What is going on? I did ask the department today. I got a familiar response. They can't discuss specifics of CPS cases. I can't tell you how much this infuriates me.
Well, that's a problem because CPS often use, we can't discuss this because it involves the safety of a child.
Right.
We hear that, you hear that time and time again.
And I respect a child's privacy. We don't necessarily are saying that we have to share someone's name, but there's so much more they can do to be transparent. They can talk about how many times they visit the home. Sure. What was the reaction? What was the follow-up? What about these agents? Are they being held accountable? I mean, I have to tell you, in all these years, I have not received more CPS complaints to our newsroom than ever, and 2 of them are children who are.
And this is the kind of lack
and we
of
can't speak about it. Do not worry,
yeah,
I'm on it. I'm not. That's not a good enough answer.
Right.
Okay, thanks, Karen.
So yeah, that's why I say his case, Chase's case, reminds me of Nazaya's case because CPS did her a disservice as well as the rest of the kids in the house with Nazaya. I'm not understanding why nothing has been done with CPS yet. Even the news reporter, she's like over it at this point because she's saying the same thing. They always send out a statement saying that they can't discuss a child's private information and all of this, which nobody's asking you to do that. We're asking straightforward questions on what happened with this, what happened with that, as far as like who was on the case passing it through that nothing is wrong. They gave this girl her kids back after she'd been charged in court with severe cases against a child. That should have never happened. I mean, never happened. Why it did is beyond me. But y'all stay tuned because I'm coming back with part 2 of this. I just want to come through and drop this one off to you guys real quick. Y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button, hit that bell, and hit all so you guys can get notified every time I post. And thanks for the support. I really appreciate it, guys. Let's go.